You miss your daughter. Okay.
Okay, it's fixed.
Yeah. Time, right? Is Nick there? Is Adam there?
If Nick's not here, he'll be here in a minute. We had a technical issue that has been resolved. And I apologize to those who are just now joining. We had an issue with the meeting where only a limited number of people were allowed to join. And I believe everyone who was stuck outside is joining now.
We should be getting
for the delay.
Sorry about that, Geshe-la, and all of our fans and team. Everything is resolved now. Hi again.
Yay, we're just having coffee, Nick.
Looking sharp.
I don't see
you guys.
How do I see?
Oh, weird. Gallery view.
Gallery view. Okay.
Here, I'll spotlight myself, I think.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Hey.
Yeah, better.
just made it. Sorry. We I thought muito bem aqui. Getting settled. That picture is really nice.
Yeah,
it looks like
made with, you call pointillism. You know, it's made with incense stick. They burn each line with the incense. It's all dots, tiny little dots. That's Xuanzang's tower. Somebody gave it to me in China. Very beautiful. Somebody made it. One of our students made it.
Wow.
That's the
super cool.
Traditional Xuanzang tower. Well, good. Okay, Nick, did you find Adam yet? Do you have any announcements?
Let me text the man to make sure. Oh, he's here. Okay, good. I don't have any announcements.
Sorry.
Oh, real quick. I don't have any big announcements. Just have a great class. And if anything comes to me, I'll let you know at the end. But one quick reminder to all of our participants, please remember to pay attention to anything that you find that could be interesting to discuss as far as practical applications in our life. And feel free to put it in the chat, and Adam and the rest of us will keep an eye on the chat to discuss after class.
Yeah, sorry.
In 1 hour. Good.
Guys, I was having a hard time getting in.
Sorry about that.
So is it homework time?
Homework time.
Yes, it is. And I'm going to go look for the textures that you sent.
Right. Yeah. So our last class, we were just going over an outline of the text so far. So we didn't cover any new material. So this should be a pretty straightforward class. No curveballs or anything, which were invented at Princeton. The curveball, that is. So number one, give the full title of our text. You guys see it? Should I make it a little bigger?
I don't see your face. Am I doing?
Oh, you don't want to see my face again.
I'm going to put the spotlight on him. Oh, he's already spotlighted. Huh.
No.
You must.
No. So what's the full title of our text in both English and Tibetan?
Tsema Daedun
Yiki Munsel.
Yeah.
Dispelling the darkness of the 7 books on accurate perception.
An ornament, yeah.
An ornament too? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Let me get this down. Right. All right. So we got question number 2. We got a hand. Lopashinsky. Do you have a question? All right. So what's the primary focus of our text and why is it important to our spiritual development?
Clear
There's
thinking. Yeah, there's probably a lot.
Yeah. There's probably many
clear
different ways, many different correct answers. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead, Nick.
It's okay. I'll just because it was quiet. Clear thinking is the primary focus, and that's important because without it, we're not going to be able to understand concepts which are hidden to our direct perception and only available to our deductive perception, like emptiness.
Yeah, totally. That's totally one that I didn't put down, and completely correct. Also, you know what? So when we say "sema dedun," right, instead of clear thinking, "sema," a collection of
accurate
7
perception.
Yeah, collection of 7 books on accurate perception. Yeah, totally. So that's kind of more specifically what I was looking for in the that first part. So generally our texts deal with the topic of accurate perception, but more specifically, they examine how we perceive and misperceive our own thoughts and the world around us. Learning how to distinguish between accurate perception and inaccurate perceptions is the utmost importance for our spiritual development because our misperceptions further entrench us in suffering and lead us away from our goal of reaching the ultimate enlightenment. Accurate perception is essential in attaining these realizations because they propel us closer and closer to becoming a fully enlightened Buddha. Yeah.
Cool.
Main subject of our text is broadly divided into 3 sections. Please name these sections and give the corresponding Tibetan phrase for each.
Is it Shanluk, Gakpa, Rangluk, Shakpa, and Sabapangwa?
Well, those 3 sections are within each independent section of the 3. Yeah. So yeah. So each, not necessarily the pedagogical process of delivering the teachings, but Rangluk, Gakshak Pong are components of each section.
Is it the introduction, main subject, and the ending?
No, that's why I put this clarification here. The main subject matter.
I see. Yeah. Okay.
The Juja, I believe it's right. Isn't Juja the main subject matter?
Subject matter.
It's
Nushi. Sorry.
is it the definitions, the divisions, and examining whether they're constitutional?
Well, that's I tend to just say that you're correct in every instance, Ken. But I was looking for something a little different. A presentation of the objects of the mind, Shija Yogi Namshak. A presentation of the states of the mind, Sheche Loi Namshak. And a presentation of how the mind engages the objects of the mind. And maybe I got it wrong, but from the outline that we were going over last class,
Cool.
that's kind of what I took from it. Is that clear enough for everybody?
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay.
Nice.
Well, we're back on you again.
Okay. Can you guys see me now? Yeah.
Yeah.
Adam, can you see my text?
Yes, sir.
No.
Yeah.
I need to share.
Actually, that was my text that I'm seeing.
You see me now?
Yeah.
Can everybody see me now?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So we are continuing with this outline. And I would still like to do a little more of the, so you know where, because I got lost in my own mind. I got lost. I didn't feel like I knew where we were. And he kept bringing up more and more exotic debates. And I was like, I don't know why you're doing that. Okay. So just for my own sake, I wanted some structure and I wanted to see what's going on, you know. So Adam, can you read this first line? And
Yes, sir. My
let's
pleasure.
translate that.
There we go.
By the way, it's very nice having you and your Halloween girls up down here.
It was very, yeah, it was very,
Yeah,
very
we
nice.
want you to come back.
Oh, that not a
We
problem.
agree with Ava that you should drive 24 hours to have Halloween with us. Okay, here, I like your haircut too. Donnie,
Dani Shelja, Rangsen, Dang Chitsen, Ni, Niki, Nampar, Shakpa, Sheparja.
good. What's Donnie mean? Donnie,
No?
Oh no.
it's very colloquial. It means now, hey now, okay. Shelja, let's divide all Sheljas. What's that, Adam?
Objects that we can comprehend, objects of comprehension.
Yeah,
Objects
let's
of the mind.
divide all the objects in the universe into Rangtens and Chitens.
Actual objects and archetypes.
Yeah, meaning the actual coffee cups in the world, and then the idea of coffee cup in the world. Okay, and you know, people say, "What is Pramana about? Why are you studying Pramana Vartika? You know, what is the second school? God, why are they so hung up on logic? You know, and it's so boring to study logic. You know, how can we study this for 7, 8 years? You know, it's not the logic part. It's the Rangten and the Chitzen part. It's like the universe is filled with two different kinds of things. Rangsen, which is the actual stuff, the cup that you drink your coffee out of, and then Chitzen, which is the concept of a cup, you know. And so the whole second school of Buddhism is obsessed with the question of what's the difference between a real cup and a cup that you see when you close your eyes. And obviously that becomes very when you reach middle way. You know, in a way, in the middle way school, the cup you see when you close your eyes is the cup you're drinking out of, you know. And so it's a tremendous question. They're not interested in the study of direct and indirect perception. They're not really interested in pramana. They're not so interested in studying how you see things directly and how you see things logically. That's not what they're obsessed with. They're obsessed with what are real things in the world and what are ideas of things in the world and how do those interact, you know? So Geshe, why are they called pramana school? Why are they called perception school? Why did everybody call them the accurate perception school, right? Pramanist. Why is everybody calling them that? If what they're really interested in is the question of what's the difference between the cup in your hand and the cup in your mind? Okay, if that's what they're really interested in, why are they so hung up on these two kinds of perception? I'll give $100 except to Adam and accept a word.
No.
I'll say the question again. If they're called the Pramana school, right? They're called the accurate perception school. And their main book is Pramana Vartika, what do you call it? Commentary on accurate perception, right? So why keep referring to them as the perception school? If their real interest, according to Adam's outline today, by the way, we're in the guts of the outline now. We're in the most important part. We want to explore the difference between real cups and mental cups. So why did they get to be called Pramana school? $100 question. You got to raise your hand. I got a hand here, Adam. Tim. Okay,
Oh.
yes. Nah, not really.
You need to repeat the answer.
And I'm not even gonna answer it. Olga has her hand up. It better be good. Don't embarrass Rimrock.
Because it's the same thing, the mental image and what we perceive and the real thing.
Nah. Here's my question again. They should have been called the two object school. They should have been called the real thing and the mental things, right? Instead, they were called the two perception school. Somebody tell me why.
The perception school,
No.
maybe because they
And that-
define existing things as semimikpas.
Cancel the whole bet. Okay.
Geshe-la, let me
There's
try
two
then.
perceptions.
Yeah, for two objects.
Yeah, you told me for free, honey bunny. What?
Yeah, each one of those perceptions is to prove how you can actually have a perception of each one of the objects, Rangsen and Chitzen.
Nice. Nice. I'll give you $50. Okay.
Okay.
There's two objects in the universe. The ones that you can perceive with your direct perception and the ones you can figure out with your logic. And those are exactly the two perceptions needed to confirm the two kinds of objects in the universe. Okay. Direct perceptions confirm coffee cups in the real world. Indirect perceptions confirm the idea of a coffee cup. So you need to, if you're going to talk about two kinds of objects in the universe, you got to talk about two kinds of perception because the two objects are confirmed to exist by the two kinds of accurate perception. Therefore, what should have been called the two object school was called the accurate perception. Because they're trying to prove the two objects. And that's not a stupid, it's them logicians. The minute you call them logicians, everyone falls asleep. You know, they were logicians. They were super sexy. They're like, how do you know there's two kinds of objects in the world? You got to have these two accurate perceptions. How do you know they're accurate? Now let's get, got it? Okay, you got it to confirm that the world consists of two different kinds of objects. Those two objects. And that's why they got off on purchase, okay? All right, so here it says, shell job means stuff you can is divided into stuff, real cups and theoretical cups, okay? And the big question is what? The relationship between those. How much of the real cup is a mental cup, okay? And how is the real cup? Because the highest school says they're the same. Okay, so we're headed that way. It's not some stupid lower school. One more, can you read one more line and then we'll bother somebody else?
Yes, of course. Shelja rangchi ni sunge le temangun je ni sunge parn drope dun shepa.
Colorado does. Okay. You're frozen for me, so I'm gonna keep going.
Yeah.
Pin.
Yeah, the connection keeps breaking up.
Okay, let's do it.
It's that Rimrock
Hang on,
internet.
I got my tech. I got imported a tech guy from Singapore.
Should I reread it?
Listen first.
Stop shit. I don't know. It's not. Oh, Starlink or Diamond
No,
Sky?
Diamond Sky. Let me pull this up. My hotspot's working for me. I'm on a separate network, so I can watch. You have your. Yeah, but you can use my hotspot. No, it should be coming up soon. Either you're back actually.
I'm back.
I think so. No. Yeah.
Should I go to share screen?
Yeah, you can share screen.
Adam, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
I see me. Okay, good. So can you translate? Xiaojia means what?
Stuff you can
Xiaojia? Yeah, stuff you can perceive. Rangqi means Rangsen and Qizhen. What's that?
actual objects and archetypes. Xuanzang, yeah.
Good. And by the way, he was being cute and he was giving
Rangqi.
abbreviation. He didn't say Rangsen Dan Qi Sen. He said Rangqi. Okay, got it. Rangqi. Luckily, Adam knows. Nisu nge means ngepa.
But it's fixed at 2.
Yeah, look, there's only 2 kinds of stuff in the universe. It's either actual cops or mental cops. Okay, he says nge means fixed, not more, not less. It's always 2. Okay, nge. And because of that, because of that, sema is nge.
Accurate perception is accurate perception is fixed at the 2 of direct and indirect.
Yeah, so you guys that's the whole point this morning, okay? Because there's 2 kinds of objects, there's 2 kinds of perception. That's all. There's theoretical objects and there's real objects. Therefore, there's direct perception and indirect perception. Okay, got it? I'm going to prove that to you guys. That's the next part of my book. We finished that part. We've been through that part. Okay, what we're trying to do is go through the outline until we hit the part we're on now after several years of work. Okay, I just want you to know where you've been because I got lost. Again, I got lost. At some point, I got lost and I didn't know what he was talking about. I knew what he's saying, but I didn't know why he was saying it at that point. Okay. All right, Adam, pick on somebody to read the next line. By the way, when we finish the outline up to where we were, we're going to go back to the book. Okay. We're just trying to figure out logically why is he talking about what he's talking about. So far, it's okay, but it goes off. Okay. Here we go.
Well, I think did I hear Tim was there?
Tim is here. He looks like he's a hotel manager right now. I don't know. If you're on Diamond Sky, please don't. All right, here's this other handsome guy.
Hi, Tim. Good morning.
Hi.
Hi, you're gonna start here.
Rangsentang Chis.
Louder.
Rangsentang Chiseniki Dradun Shepa.
Yeah, he's gonna shepa the Dradun. What's that, Tim?
It's gonna explain the Dradun.
Good.
Literal meaning.
What's that mean? The dun of the da.
The meaning of this draw.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Frustrate me. Now, why do we call them Rangsen and Qizhen? Why do we call them particular sign and then general sign? Why are coffee cups in the world called particular sign? And why are coffee cups as a concept called general sign? These are the nicknames in the logic books. Okay, Rangsen, say Rangsen.
Rangsen.
Qizhen. No. Then he says, you guys might be wondering, why don't we call it just the coffee cup in the world? Why do we call it self sign? And then why do we call a coffee cup in your mind a general sign? Okay, why? Why do we do that? Okay, he's gonna explain it for us. Okay, yay. All right, let's keep going with Tim. Okay, Adam, you correct him.
Okay.
Rangchi soy no tanla depa.
Tenla uppa.
Uppa.
Yeah, tenla uppa means let's
Establish or
establish. Nice. Let's establish the 2. Ngowo here means sini.
definition.
Yeah, let's establish the 2 definitions. What is an object in the world defined as? And how do you define an object, in your mind? Okay, how do you define those 2? Ngo tenla apa means let's define them. Okay. Keep going, Tim. There's so little here.
Rangi seni tena apa.
Yeah, now he says, let's tenla apa.
Let's establish the definition of
Rangsen.
Rangsen. Yeah,
And now he gives the full form of Rangsen. Rangkitsenyi. Okay. So Rangsen means cup in the world. Okay. You can say own sign, Rangsen, or if you stretch the word out, it's Rangkitsenyi, which means the definition of the thing. The cup in the world in the logic text is called the definition of the thing. Okay, or the sign of the thing, Lakshana. Okay, the sign of the thing. All right, cool. That's going to have two parts. Keep going, Timothy.
Seni shepa.
I'm going to explain the
definition
of stuff in the world. Rangsen.
And senshi noshuwa. Nosua.
That's it. Senshi is the opposite of senyi.
The opposite of a definition.
Yep.
Classical example, like the examples.
Yeah, the classical example.
Oh, okay.
Senshi. So look, I'll give you the definition of a cup in the world, and then I'll give you a real example of a cup in the world, and that'll be enough. You'll understand it, right? Okay, cool. All right. And our classes, Xuanzang Tower classes, start here at this point. He's supposed to be in the middle of giving us a real example of a cup in the world. That's where we stopped in Adam's text last term 20, back in May and June.
Mm-hmm.
That's where we stopped. But I think it would be useful to look ahead slightly, okay? And then we'll go to the actual text. So let's get Tim to do one more.
Nopo yena rang senimi gupar arndupe chokte gakpa.
Yeah, and de gakpa tema means we're gonna get some bad ideas about what's a real thing in the world, and what's the definition, what's the example of a real thing in the world. We're gonna get some bad opinions, and then we're gonna block those opinions. That's called gakpa, like gakja, right? The gakja in that case is other people's wrong opinion. And we're gonna destroy those opinions, okay? In order to understand cups in the world better, we're gonna have some, I was gonna say asshole, but it's not a good word. We're gonna have some other guy come up and say some dumb things about it, and we're gonna defeat him. And in that interchange, we will learn more about it, okay? That's why we bring up these idiots, okay? So idiots are useful, just remember that. Okay, and let's pick another person, Adam. I got, what nuts I got here? I don't know. I got a Xuanzang here if you want.
Yeah, let's take it. Yeah, totally. Xuanzang sounds great.
All
See you,
right.
Tim. Thank you.
Thank you.
Xuanzang bought a house in the best city in the world, which is not Singapore. He already had a house there. It's Rimrock, Arizona. Okay, please read.
Ngopoyena rangsen yin mi gupan dupe chok te gakpa.
Okay, we're gonna work backwards. Okay, first we're gonna gakpa.
Refute.
Wrong idea.
We're gonna stop. We're gonna refute. Choke means position here. Choke normally means direction, but here it means position. We're gonna block the position, which dupas, which believes that if you're a ngumpo,
a working thing.
Yeah, in this case, bhava, working thing. Okay, if you do something, if something does something, it migu rangsen.
It doesn't necessarily have to be an actual thing.
Yeah, okay. So the other guy comes up and says, I think there's stuff in the world that does stuff, which is not an actual thing in the world. Okay, he says, just because something does something doesn't mean it has to be an object in the actual world. Okay, now we're blocking that opinion, which means what do we think?
When something
That
does
has to
something.
be, ngupos must be Rongsen.
When something does something, it has to be doing that in the actual world, which means concepts can't do anything.
Mm.
Okay, that means our position is that concepts don't do stuff, which is a tricky position. Okay, all right, that's our first argument. All right, let's go see what's our second argument. Sugang, read please.
Ngupos sok che suma ze suma drupar dupe chok gakpa.
Okay, going backwards again.
So
we're
we
gonna
are-
gakpa
We are going to stop
the choke.
the what was it again?
Position.
Position,
which dupas
belief,
that lumpos
working things,
are ze,
small,
substantial.
substantial,
Okay, okay. Oh, sorry, which are not ze.
not say.
Yeah. So somebody says, look, something can do something and not be substantial.
Substantial.
He says it's not the case that if something performs a function, it has to be substantial. And we block that, which means what do we believe?
Believe it is substantial.
Yeah, if it performs a function, it must be substantial in the world, which again, so now we have two positions. Number one, if you perform a function, you are stuck in the real world. Number two, if you perform a function, you have to be substantial, meaning same as stuck in the real world. Okay, got it? Which kind of says that if it's an idea, it cannot perform a function and it's not substantial. It's in the realm of fantasy or in the realm of ghosts, you know, like that. Okay, got it? You okay? Then here, dun, da, da, there's a long rambling discussions with no structure. He dumps the outline. Okay, and then when I finally got there and I saw why I was uncomfortable, I was right. Okay, I was right. And by the way, we just finished Nick's book by Gyaltsab, commentary on Arya Nagarjuna's 60 verses on emptiness. And he does the same thing 3 times. And I tracked him. And he went off the chart. He went off the radar 3 times, like for a long time, like for pages and pages, you know. And I caught him. And then I said, now maybe Kidub being Gyaltsab brother, maybe he's doing the same thing. And I proved it. Okay. So yeah, he took off and he went off on his own thing with no structure either. Like there's not even a structure to the digression. It's just goes off, you know. And then like an hour later, he goes, oh, what were we talking about? You know, and I'm like, thanks, you know. So I was lost and I realized he wanted me to be lost and I felt better. Okay. Now, but let's finish these little tiny parts of the outline. This is where we are going after the chaos part. Okay, he goes off on some ideas that he was having that day, and then he comes back. Okay, when he comes back, first he does. How do you pronounce this? You remember what that means? You had some in your book.
Oh, the short.
Nice.
Verse.
In a heavy philosophy text, there's a tradition to take a break and put a little poem in there, like roses are red, violets are blue. Okay, let's get back. Okay, and it's supposed to relax your mind or something. I don't know. Parkapkitsik means sik here with the S on it means poetry, lines of poetry. Parkat means I'll give you a break. Parkat. What's another famous par? Pardon. You see, it goes in between the subjects. And it's just like a little, it really does help. You get to one of those Parkapkisiks and it's a little poem and it's cute and it's inspiring and you take a breath and then you jump back into the philosophy. It is useful. Okay. Gendon Drup uses it a lot. The first big teacher. Okay. Then after he does this break, why did he take a break? Because he just spent 10 pages on chaos with no outline. Okay. Then he says, Rangi Dupa Japa Ja. Rangi Dupa. Our position.
Our own goals.
Yeah, our position. What did we have so far? We had other people saying, I think it could be a functional thing and still be in the realm of the mind. Or I think it can be a substantial thing and still be in the realm of the mind. And we're like, no and no. If it's doing something, it's in the normal world. If it's a thing, if it's substantial, it's in the normal world. Okay, got it? And then big fight, take a break, come back. And then naturally we're going to flow into our position. Look, if it's functional, it's got to be in the real world. Look, if it's a substantial, if it's a substantial stuff, if it's stuff, it's got to be in the real world. Okay? And we're going to prove it. Okay. To do that, we're gonna read Chi nice upper. Yeah, he's gonna establish the seni of Chichen.
The meaning of the Chichen.
Yeah, I'll give you the definition of a thing in the abstract, of a cup in the abstract. Okay, a cup in the mind. Okay, I'll give you the definition. Then I'll give you the seni. Then I'll shape the seni
to teach the seni.
Yeah, I'll break the definition down into parts and explain it to you. Okay. And
the classical example.
Yeah, then we'll identify a classical example. All right. One more little piece, and then we come back to the real text, and we're done with this digression. What was the reason for the digression again? He digresses. He goes off with no structure, no sense, no reason. It's unclear what the hell he's doing. And it bothered me. And then I came back and proved that he did that. But now it's time for us to go off with him on his digression. And maybe by the end of it, we'll figure out why he did that. Okay. It must be educational. Anything that's confusing is educational, right, Daniel? All right. Okay, Sugeng's going to read one last piece here.
Tani rang chini ki kapsunyawar kowe sarjung Sharchung ngasik tenla aparja.
Yeah, so let's go backwards slowly, Sugeng. Tenla up.
The teaching,
let's set forth.
Set forth.
Gashig, Adam?
The details.
Gashig means a couple. I'm going to give you a couple. Yeah, I'm going to give you a couple. I'm going to give you a couple what? Sharchung. Sharchung means off the topic. Okay, Sharchung means incidental points.
Incidental points, right?
What are the main points? And here are some secondary points that are connected to those main points. Those are called Sharchung. Kirang Sarkang Doe Sharla. Cinnamon roll chig nyuda. Okay. Say Sarkang Doe Sharla. Cinnamon roll. Gashig nyuda. Can you pick me up a few cinnamon rolls on your way to the cafe? Sharla means on your way. And in philosophy, it means I got some secondary points. I have some mildly connected points. It means they might not be so connected. Okay, they're called by the way points. Okay, Sharla. In colloquial Tibetan, Sharla means on your way to this store, can you drop by the laundry or something like that? Okay, Sharla. And these are Nyewar Koa. Nick, you guys, add or fine. I'm sure.
Nyewar Koa, a close friend.
Very necessary.
Yeah, Nyewar Koa means necessary. Okay, indispensable. He says they are Sharla, but they are near Ko. What's that mean?
secondary, but.
Yeah,
just,
look, it's just, by the way,
Incident.
but if you don't have it, you're not gonna make it. Okay? But on your way to the store, can you pick up some oxygen? Because you're gonna die. You won't make it to the store. It's a funny way to talk. Cater J is saying, I got some incidental stuff here, but it's like, if you don't get it, you're gonna die on the way to the store. Got it? Okay, near cool. And you're gonna need it not only for my discussion of wrong sense, but you're gonna need it for my discussion of cheat sense also. Whether you're taking a trip to wrong sense, real stuff in the world, or whether you're taking a trip to cheat sense, ideas of stuff in the world, you're gonna need this oxygen on the way. Okay, I got stuff that you really should gotta have on the way. I wish you would have given it to us earlier. Okay, all right, good, got it? That's where we're going. That's where we're going, okay? So what are we expecting now? Some chaos. We're expecting some chaos arguments. You know, then he's gonna go into the definition of a thing in the abstract, a cup in the mind. And then he's gonna discuss the definition of a cup in the mind. He's gonna give examples of cups in the mind. And then he's gonna give us some necessary oxygen on the way to going deeper into these two concepts, okay? Cool?
Yeah.
All right, we need a new victim, Adam. Who I got here? I got Daniel Garcia. I got Daniel.
Yeah, let's do Daniel.
Who you got somebody online, Adam, that you want to pick on?
I think Daniel can help us.
Good to pick on, right? Okay. Let me get us back to where we are. Yeah, here's where we're gonna go. Dun, dun, dun. So Adam, we're going back to section 12.7. We're done with our little side trip to the outline. Why did we go to the outline?
Because he digressed and we both kind of got a little lost.
He went off, and then he admitted it. Okay, all right, but he didn't warn us, and it felt bad. It felt like we were stupid. We weren't stupid. We were just lost. Okay, please read. And Adam, please correct Daniel, okay?
Yes, sir.
Da de gag pa den par chet se de chete jate de la yang nupo yina rang sen yimi gopar do pe chok de gag pa dang ngopo
Ngopo. Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. Ngopo, how you say that one? Sok sa suma drupar dope chok ga pao.
Okay, stay here because you survived. You get to do some. That Adam, when you're teaching, keep them going until they make a big mistake. Okay. Okay, Donnie means well, we had it before. Donnie, hey, now, what do you want to do now, KJ? Hey, now, let's do some Gakpa.
Let's refute those wrong ideas.
Yeah, let's attack some people. Let's have some fun attacking people. Okay, you know people like that, right? So, yeah, let's have fun attacking somebody. Temba means I'm going to give you some attacks. We're going to have some attacks. Here's two kinds of attacks, okay? We're going to have two kinds of attacks. Number one, some people say just because it's a ngupo, it doesn't have to be a rangsen.
Yeah.
Just because it's a working thing doesn't mean it has to be an actual thing in the world, which implies there's working things which are conceptual, according to this guy. And because we're gak by him, it means we don't believe him, which means we believe what? If it's working thing, it must be in the normal world. It cannot be conceptual. I mean, there's so many possible exceptions to that. Are you saying the idea of democracy, is not a working thing? Well, in America, it's not, but or something like that. You see what I mean? Are you saying ideas aren't working things? I mean, it's a very radical idea, right? And that's our first attack. Does anybody remember what our second attack is going to be? If he says, if it's a working thing, doesn't mean it has to be a, if it's substantial, it doesn't have to be in the real world. He said, which means we believe what? If it's substantial, it has to be cup in the real world. Okay, got it? And we're going to learn more about our idea of real world and mental world by having someone attack us, which is the idea. That's the benefit of debate. Okay, someone's going to come and say, but I think democracy is a real thing in the world. I mean, or sorry, it's a working thing, even though it's just a mental thing. And then when we fight with him, we all learn more. That's the idea. That's why we have debate books. Okay, debate books are answering mental reservations that you should have had if you were paying attention. You should have had this question in your own mind. Working thing has to be in the real world? Well, what about ideas? You know, what about the theory of relativity? It blows up a city, but it's not working. You know, okay. You should have thought about this stuff. You should be having these questions. Okay. Daniel volunteered Adam to be tortured by you.
Thank you, Jim. Thanks.
Thank you again. Dangponi Sheja Chochen Rangi Sungyu Dugyur Pe Chitsen Jawe Ngotsum Se Ma Yupartal Bum Zin Ngosum Sheme Seme Sungyu Yimpe Chitsen Yu Pa Cheer.
Okay, good. We're starting with a sarcastic statement from us to him. He said, let's see. He said you could have a working thing which was in the realm of the mind. Okay, so we're going to come back to him with a sarcastic statement. Right? This is called a telngir. What's the Tibetan?
Telngir. You mean prasangika?
A sarcastic counterexample, okay, which is the name of the highest middle way school. The highest middle way school is called the sarcastic counterexample school. All fruits are yellow. Oh, I guess oranges are yellow. Okay, the sarcastic counterstatement defines the higher middle way school. The highest school of Buddhism is called I guess oranges are yellow school. Got it? Okay, so here's our I'm going to go to the end part first. Okay. Oh, I guess blah blah because blah blah. Let's do the second part first. Okay, because Bum Zin Ngunsum Seme Sungyu Bumpat Zimba,
which holds a coffee cup.
It means a perception which holds. The literal here is a vase, but we like to say coffee cup in the mixed nuts. Okay, so the perception which is holding on to a coffee cup. Okay, Ngunsum
is direct.
Yeah, Sema. Let's consider the direct, accurate perception. Okay, he's not on drugs. He's not sleepy. You know, let's consider the correct, accurate perception, which is holding on to a coffee cup. Let's consider perception. Don't forget, we said we're going to have a lot of discussions of two kinds of perception because we're having a lot of discussions of two kinds of realities, two kinds of things in the world. So these two conversations are going to be going on all through this book. So much that the book itself was called Accurate Perception. Okay. So Bunzin Ngunsum Seme, let's consider the Sungyo, held the object. The object which is held. Let's consider the object which is held by the direct perception of a coffee cup in the world. Okay, let's consider this perception. Okay, let's consider the state of mind which is looking at a coffee cup in the world. Okay, got it? Sungyu Yimbe Chitsen. Let's consider an accurate perception which is holding on to a coffee cup in the world. Is the object of that perception a theoretical coffee cup or a real coffee cup? I'm talking about the perception of a cup in the.
It's an actual one.
What it's holding on to is a rangsen. It's a real coffee cup in the real world. When you have a direct perception of a coffee cup in the world, what you're looking at must be in the real world. Got it? And we say, yeah, but there are theoretical coffee cups that are perceived by everyday perception in the world. Oh, there's theoretical coffee cups which are perceived by everyday perceptions of coffee cups in the world. Do we believe that? No, it's a sarcasm. Oh, I guess there's theoretical coffee cups being perceived by direct perceptions of real coffee cups, right? And he should say, why the hell you say that? You know, why are you saying that? Why are we saying that? Why are we saying? I'll say it again. We go back to him with some sarcasm. Oh, I guess there's real coffee cups in the world that when you perceive them with a worldly perception, they are theoretical coffee cups. I guess your everyday perceptions can pick up theoretical coffee cups, right? And he says, well, why do you say that? Who would say that? That's silly. You know, I said, look, man, you're the one who said that if something was functioning, it didn't have to be in the real world. You're the one, that's the necessary consequence of your position. What's his position? You can have a working thing, which is theoretical. Got it? And that's what I say. And then we say, oh, I guess you can have a direct worldly perception of a conceptual coffee cup, right?
Mhm.
Why do you say that? You can have a theoretical perception of a real coffee cup. Got it? Okay, you all right? You look like you just ate a poo-poo or something. All right. Okay. We're just flipping it around. He says there's working stuff in the realm of the theoretical. And then we say, oh, there's theoretical stuff in the realm of the working. Got it?
Yeah.
Then then Daniel's going to read a little bit more. Don't worry, it doesn't hurt.
Group na
Droop.
Droop na boom. Oh, that was a good mess up, right?
Yeah,
Droop
yeah.
na boom
You're
pa
thinking of gruff, that's a thing.
Droop na boom pa cheats and yim pa
But
mba.
means to blow a horn. Okay, like, and in logic it means puh. Okay. Okay, got it. It's a beautiful word. Okay, you can use it on your friends. Oh, puh. Okay, same buh. It's got to be pronounced. Buh. Buh means puh. Okay. What? Your position that Bumba is a chitzen. Buh. What's Bumba? Coffee cup. Chitzen, object in the theoretical world. Object in the theoretical world. Okay. He was implying that a cup could exist in the theoretical world because he said a working thing could exist in the theoretical world. And we said, well, then I guess blah, blah, blah. And then he said, I don't agree with that. And we say, okay, then you blew your own position. You said you were implying that a coffee cup could exist in the theoretical world. So now that you disagree above, then blah, to your position that a coffee cup could exist in the theoretical world, a real one. Okay, got it? Why? Because it works. Because it works. Okay. He said could have working stuff in the theoretical world. And we said, well, what about the thing that the perception of coffee cup holds? And he says, well, yeah, I guess it could exist in the theoretical world. We said, bleh. You know, no, it can't. Okay, got it? Okay. Just nod. There's fewer nods and slower nods in this room. Who's next? Adam, let me pick on somebody. Well, you want to pick on somebody online? Oh, by the way, we got 5 minutes until what?
A discussion, probably. I think, right?
You're gonna tell me and Adam why this stuff is at all relevant to going to the cafe and having breakfast after this. You know, how can you use this stuff in the real world? Why are we having this discussion? Why are you spending your precious lifetime discussing theoretical coffee cups? What's the point? Okay, and if you don't see a point, I'll say you don't understand highest middle way. Okay, Adam, who's up next? Somebody online.
Yeah, Earl, man, it'd be good to see your face, brother.
Earl.
Earl
really-
Man, superhero.
Yeah, there's 436 people here. That's really cool.
I think, by the way, Earl is leading a wonderful retreat at Diamond Mountain on the actual yogic practices over
Wow.
New Year's. If you'd rather take stuff out of your body than put stuff into your body on New Year's Eve, you be
Thanks,
there.
guys. We're gonna.
Okay, Earl.
I stole 5 minutes from the next Mix Nuts. We'll do a quick advertisement Monday about those retreats.
Cool, man.
Yeah, we're looking forward. If you're interested in the actual deep yogic practices, catch that retreat over New Year's at Diamond Mountain with Earl. Okay, here we go.
Yes, Michael, we're doing brunch every Saturday to enjoy your classes. So
Yay!
having pancakes and waffles here too.
Okay, I expect you to send a tip to the Peachtree Cafe. Okay, please read, or I'll stop trying to get out of it. Adam, you're checking.
Sir.
Dina dradin zung yul du chepe unsum sema yipartel wadang. Ngunsum tokche yipartel wadang rangsen sung yul du chepe jepak sema yipartel be kyun jung.
Yeah,
Okay, good. Adam, what's Gyun mean? Like Gyun Mandu.
that's like a problem. We get a problem here.
Jung means 3 problems are going to come up. We say, look, if you have this weird idea that coffee cups could exist in the abstract world, and that abstract things could exist as the object of your direct perceptions, then 3 problems come up. Okay, 3 problems with your idea. Number 1, in your, according to you, if there's a functioning object in the abstract, if there's a functioning object in the world of the abstract, then first of all, there would have to be yopartelwa, okay, there would have to be a ngunsum sema.
Yeah, an accurate perception. Direct accurate
Direct perception, which could take as its object yuduchepa, which could take as its object jada.
The literal meaning, literal sound.
Yeah, the how do you say, the name cup.
Yeah.
According to you, there could be a direct world-related perception of the word cup as a theoretical thing. Okay, you should be able to have a direct perception of the idea cup with your eyeball. Okay, I'll say it again. According to you, your eyeball should be able to detect the idea of a cup. Okay. By the way, these are all telngurs. These are all sarcasm. According to you, you could have a direct perception of the idea cup. Okay, of an idea. Okay, with your eyeball, which, by the way, can only detect 2 things: colors and shapes. So according to you, there could be an idea of something that's red or round, because that's all the eyeball can see. Got it? Cool. What was that? So that's our first problem with what he said. Okay. According to you, your eyeball should be able to detect an idea, but it can't. Second wrong idea. According to you, okay, Adam, you ready? Ngunsum sema should have an element of topa in it, without the S.
Yeah, just an idea perception.
Yeah, direct sense perceptions should be able to have ideas. Tokche means ideas, okay? Should mental, in the Yoga Sutra, Vitaka Vichara, right? The ideas, your perception of colors and shapes should be able to think, oh, this is pretty. But it can't, okay, got it? Tokche means it should be able to have a discursive thought, but it cannot. Okay, got it? 2 problems so far. What's the 3rd problem? And then we're done. And then you're going to explain to me what the hell this has to do with your real life. Good luck. According to you, there should be a Jepak Sema.
There should be a deductive accurate perception.
Yeah, according to you, there should be logic, which can perceive blue in the real, blue in the real, not the idea of blue. Blue as reality. Okay. According to you, logic should perceive blue in the world as a direct sense object. Got it? We're trying to say thinking in the abstract and perceptions of your sense organs are split in this school. What's that mean? It gets greasy in the 2 top schools. Mind only, the blue is coming out of a seed in your foundation consciousness. Middle way, it is the goddamn seed. Okay, all right. Got it? We're set. Lord Buddha is setting us up for the 4th school by swimming in the 2nd school. Got it? Okay. And it wasn't that some idiots made a 2nd school. It's all part of a huge plot. Okay, it's a huge Buddha plot, like everything else is. Okay. All right. Adam, I'm gonna take a break and you're gonna squeeze something, some way we can use this stuff in the real world. Go. 15 minutes. And then we have Juan Hasso with the Peachtree World News.
Okay, so yeah, I didn't monitor the chat quite as much as I would have liked to, but I would definitely be open to hearing if anybody saw anything come up in the chat that may be relevant to a conversation about today's material.
Or how can we use it in our real life?
Yeah, okay. So yeah, do we have any kind of real apps that we could suss out of this? Anybody?
Well, I definitely think that like distinguishing whether or not an idea in our minds of anything is something is quote unquote real or not is something that could be expanded in so many ways for life. Just considering arguments or wars.
Yeah, totally. It's because the idea that you could read somebody else's mind or understand maybe their intentions leads to a lot of problems, right? From war to the husband in the kitchen. I mean, yeah.
Adam, we got a comment from Dennis or Olga here. Who would you prefer?
Oh, can we do both? But Dennis, we'll go alphabetically.
Hey, Dennis, come on. Quick. Don't knock over my...
Yeah, just simply that, like with the real coffee cup, I can be nourished from drinking from it. And then with a theoretical coffee cup, like an idea or a beautiful idea, you can also be nourished by focusing on it, right?
Nice.
Yeah. I like that.
It's functioning.
I mean, it's functioning, yeah.
Which means we should kick them out of the second school.
Hey, Dennis, good morning. Thanks, man. I think that's beautiful. Yeah.
By the way, he's the architect of the English gardens at the Peachtree Cafe.
It was beautiful. So cool to see.
We got Olga coming up.
All right.
Go ahead. Talk loud.
Hi, I think it's very important to understand if concepts can really work in the real world, because in my experience, in the real world where we live in, concepts do work and they can create wars. For example, one nation has a concept or makes the concept in the minds of their citizens that another nation wants to attack it, or that another nation is full of aggressive, I don't know, people, fascists or whatever, or that another nation is
okay, no
restricting something.
specifics. We're online.
Okay, that's any ideas that some nation is evil, like some in the past we had like some
okay.
and then it's wars, which is
So
a
that's
real
pretty
world.
functional.
That's pretty functional, the
Yeah,
ideas.
You can
So
blow up
it's
buildings with those.
yes.
All right. Thank you. Anybody else, you guys?
Thank you, Olga.
Anybody else? Come on. Why does this conversation have anything?
There's a bunch online, Adam.
Once again, I have been neglecting the chat. Okay, so let's go to the first one I see here is Ella. How this helps me in the real world is when I'm struggling with something. For example, if someone cuts me off in traffic, I can take a mental step back and ask myself, what exactly am I getting upset about? Is it something happening to me or something I'm projecting due to how I'm treated, due to how I've treated other people? I think that's certainly applicable. We're all grasping from Tracy McKenzie. We're all grasping to what we think or see. Love, maybe that's our eyes only see color and shape to reassess what we think we see.
Okay. So Gang has one, Adam. You want?
Of course.
Come on. You want to sit on this? You okay? Okay. Here we go. Then we got a comment from Western or VOC?
Yeah, I just want to, I think from this discussion, it's very important to determine whether concept itself function to create result or the result of the concept which is working to create.
You lost me. Give me a real example.
Okay, so I would like to debate Olga's idea, meaning that idea can create war. Is the idea itself creating the war, or the effect of the idea which is creating the war? This is similar to the first link misunderstanding, which is supposed to be neutral, but the result of that is not neutral. So idea is neutral, idea is not functioning, but the result of the idea is functioning. So I think application of this concept is that we need to be able to differentiate between idea and the effect of the idea.
Nice.
That's a good catch. Okay, yeah.
First and second real play. Anjali's coming up.
Awesome.
Talk loud.
Okay.
Talk loud.
So I'm thinking about how it's very easy in my life to think about everything with emptiness, and get into the theoretical ideas of what that could mean in terms of when people appear in my life that are problems or people who have difficulties, and how I can be figuring it out. But unless I actually do something, actually go out and act with compassion and bring that understanding of emptiness and the method of taking care of others, I think that's like where it turns into a working thing for me. Like, I'm actually functionally interacting with the person, a warm human being with feelings. And but I've used the understanding, the theoretical understanding, to work with my world. So that's
you think there is a crossover? You think you're not in the second school? You disagree?
Yeah.
You disagree with the second school that says they're divorced?
Yeah, kind of.
Everyone's, I think, anti-second school in this second school conversation.
Yeah, you guys are all hitting home runs.
I got another. Come on.
Awesome. These are all great.
Got a Guadalajara.
So when I was young, I read this about like you can have everything you want if you just think about it. And for a while I tried it, but then I realized that I was not happier. My mind was very weak, and I was very far from my family. Then I think this sadness took me to these teachings, and then I'm trying to figure out this difference of just living in your mind and trying to create everything that you want, and then at least I'm able to be close to my family and to be more logical and to give what I want to have. And this was, I was very sad when I was just living in this mind, and then this is like really making me more happy and more into people.
Yay.
Yeah.
Dinara's got something, Adam.
Okay, yeah, Dinar, please.
Hi, Adam. Hi, all.
Hi. Good morning.
Short one. I like the idea that idiots can teach us something. It's good to have
I'm out of business.
confusion and conflicts that we may have or have. We can always ask ourselves, what lesson I'm learning here.
Yeah, that's great. That is great. We've got a hand raised from Sarah.
Okay.
Hi, everyone. Thank you. I've been mostly confused by everything, but I'm just thinking about the idea of like the difference between having a person in front of me, a warm body, like someone said before, and the fact that actually I'm like standing in front of a glowing box and seeing colors and shapes on the Zoom, but like all the things that are happening in my mind that are creating actual people that I'm interacting with, like that's just something that came up for me that feels like it's relevant to the discussion.
Yeah, that is kind of a neat crossover there. Yeah. And I think about that. Are the people on my Zoom, are the people on my laptop screen actual people?
Hey, Adam, I think Venerable Udbala has the comment. I'm not sure.
Oh, yeah. I'd love to hear it.
Oh, no, I'm just typing what other people say.
Thank you. And thank you, Sarah. That was, it was really cool.
You got time.
Let's see. How much time do we have left? We got 2 minutes.
I got it here, but you have any online, Adam?
Let me go back
Yeah,
to the
there's
chat.
one from Earl says from Spiro. We give
from
our
Spiro.
ideas
Yeah.
too much substance. We take them as a little too real. The person is like this because I think they are like that.
Yeah. And Maria, going back to what Xuanzang said, the idea is neutral, but plant seeds to see a result that has a complication in real life. Like bodhicitta as a wish is an idea, but because this idea plants seeds in the mind of the one who has this wish, it later creates a result of bodhicitta as an action. But is the idea neutral if the result of it is positive or negative?
Oh, nice.
I feel like I've been talking way too fast this whole thing. The interpreters I see how fast their lips are moving. They're trying to keep up.
In your next life, you're going to be a translator, Adam.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. It would be a blessing and also a little torturous.
We got one more comment here. We got one more minute. Can I put Olga wants to make another comment. Come on. Which is very unusual. Okay.
It's just a comment to Xuanzang's comment that, that if ideas don't work, but the effects of ideas work. To me, this is the proof that ideas work. If ideas is able to have effect, this means that it works.
Yay. That's a real second school of it.
Yeah.
Hey, Adam, I think we got to go over to our handsome Peachtree World News guys.
Sure. Thank you, everyone. It was really, really fun.
Daniel's going to sit with me while we listen to Hustle. Come on.
Yeah. Thank you, Geshe Michael. It was a great class.
You did a great job. Thank you. Don't forget to get your homework together and your translation. By the way, never send me a translation 10 minutes before class. I know it's too much.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Or two before. Okay. All right, here we go.
Thank you, Geshe. Thanks, everybody. Thank you, Adam. And thank you, all the live interpreters. You guys are great. And just a reminder, if you want to study Word, is this correct? We have class with you after the Peachtree?
Yes, we do.
All right. So if you want to continue studying or start studying the basics, Word is kind enough to teach right after Daniel finishes the news.
Yeah, and if Word doesn't offer $100 bets, make sure he does.
Thanks, Ken.
Hassel, you're on. Talk
okay.
Loud.
Okay. How are you? Thank you very much for joining today. I think it's very cool project that, from my eyes, is really having a lot of international success. So it's exciting to see this Xuanzang Tower being like a great success. I see so many people being interested, participating, learning, joining. So that's great. Okay, so today we want to talk about something that's about to happen on Tuesday, next Tuesday. I know, Geshe, you are having these days the Sedona College of International Management.
Yeah,
so that's
it's painful.
What's that? We are hearing some people talking, but we're gonna have a special show in the morning. I want to share with you some of the advertisement poster for the event. And there, Geshe, among other things, he's gonna be sharing with us what are you studying these days on the advanced level 3. So if you are curious, maybe you didn't have the chance to attend directly the term over there, but here you're gonna be able to see a little peek, a window on what's happening there. I'm gonna share with you this this thing. Just one sec. I'm learning now to be, how do you say, multitasking by talking and sharing screen at the same time. So let me show you. Okay, first, here it is. Can you see? Yes, yeah. I get it. Okay, this is just the general advertising for the project. If you're interested to get to know more about this project where we join together and talk about the World View Network, there is like the website you can go, YouTube channel where the shows and the events are recorded. We also have an Instagram page where many of the special interviews are recorded. And here's the QR code for our next show, which I will show you again here. Let me show you. This is as well the poster that we're gonna be using for registration. Please, if you wanna join, check it out. Here it is, sharing screen again. No, what's this one? Okay, so as you can see, we're gonna have Geshe sharing with us some special content, advanced level number 3. We're gonna talk also about the Oasis project that's happening at Diamond Mountain, a new project that Sky Harvest is coordinating. And we're gonna have a very special interview with the people just went to do the Latin American tour. As you may have heard, some teachers in Mexico, they started sharing this ancient wisdom in all Latin America. We're gonna have them, mostly all of them, on stage sharing about their experience. So if you wanna join, there is the QR code. It's at 6 a.m. in the morning in Arizona for all of you that are there. Hope you can come. Talk to Daniel if you wanna attend live. Daniel is there, so talk to him, and it's gonna be very cool. And lastly, I'm gonna share that we are doing big efforts to reach many areas in the country. So I just want to share with you how are we doing advertisement in many different languages. That's the next thing I want to share with you. Okay. Here I share.
Good job, Juan.
Thank you. But that's the thing. I'm still learning a lot of things on tech, but check it out. Okay, that's it. So we are doing big efforts to be able to reach many different regions in the world. So far, these days, we are having 12 different languages. And actually, it's very cool to be involved creating on the posters because somehow you start picking patterns in different languages. So I recommend it. It's a cool exercise if you're interested. Like, I think languages, learning them, they hide a big, deep secrets and understanding about how, now that we're studying Pramana, reality works. So languages are very, very fun. Okay, so that's it for now regards Peachtree World News. But we want to talk about something cool that happened just a few days ago at Diamond Mountain Retreat Center. This is some other thing that as Peachtree World News we like to do. We like to go and check different worldview events and see what people have to say about it, attendees, participants, volunteers, etc. So we want to share with you these special interviews. This is some of the things that we do that we have from people who attended Diamond Mountain. And after that, we're gonna have Tim Lowenhaupt himself speaking about what just happened at Diamond Mountain and what's coming up next. So let me show you next these interviews. Okay. Just one moment. Here it is. Okay, one sec.
Hi, Olga. Can you share with us how was the retreat for you?
Hello, Sunshine. It was so cool. It was great. It was like best experience ever. You know, like I came here, I didn't know anything about the retreat, about meditation, about yoga, anything. And now, like I'm fully like different person, and it's so cool. It's like so calm, and I love this.
This retreat was absolutely amazing. We had so many new students. This is the first time we've had a full house here at Diamond Mountain since before COVID. And it was amazing to see how all these new people came together who actually didn't even know much about what we were doing. And they had amazing meditative experiences. They opened their hearts. And I'm just super excited that we can do more of these here at Diamond Mountain.
You think this retreat was surprisingly amazing. It wasn't exactly what I expected, but the teachings were so incredible. They churned my heart and helped me to see things that I wasn't able to see before.
Oh, look at this place, Diamond Mountain. It opens your heart. It's so magical. I laughed, I cried, I experienced ultimate deep wisdom, love, compassion.
Is that most of our lives is filled with all this neutral stuff. Like there's people we meet and we like, and people we meet and we feel like they're not so appealing. And then, but most of everything is neutral. And somebody made the analogy that's like being in a car that's sitting in neutral, where you're sitting, you're not making any progress. You're
You're just there, and that's basically your losing ground. And so we got to try to take all these neutral things and make them really amazing, and that's going to put us full speed ahead to our goal.
The kindness is overwhelming. The joyful effort is overwhelming. The cooperation, while I'm sad to see everybody go, it gives me another couple months to rest and recover from all the joyful effort and all the studying and all the excitement, the dancing, the music. It's just so darn fun. Thank you so much for coming to Diamond Mountain, and I hope everybody keeps coming back here.
Thanks, Gads. This 30 days has been about the most amazing time in my whole life, because being here and preparing for all the people to come, and then having the 10 days of absolutely amazing everything, was just beyond my best dream. Yeah.
Thanks, Shanti.
Okay, there you go. So now, of course, next thing is we want to talk to Tim and ask him what happened. Like, how did you live it this time? And what are you planning after this big success? What are you planning next? What are you up to? You look like you have something under your sleeve.
Well, thanks for sharing that video, Juan. It's really wonderful to see and hear about everyone's experience. I felt like people were having that experience, but it was nice to actually hear in their own words what they got out of Diamond Mountain. So you're kind of asking what's next. So what's next is, so about 30 years ago, Geshe Michael had a dream. And I think the dream was to, it was an idea to take the ancient texts and make them available to the world. And that was 30 years ago. And so we're going to Kyoto in December. And we're going to be doing an event called The Power to Dream. Like how to take an idea, a great idea, and bring it into reality. And so we're going to be celebrating the last 30 years, how we got to where we are. But also we're going to be giving you the tools to be able to dream yourself and take your own ideas out of your mind, kind of what we were talking about in class today.
A concept can function.
So a concept could function, right? And then, and more importantly is, just because you have a good idea doesn't mean you can make it real yet. And what kind of challenges will you face? Like what kind of hardships will you face? And so that the texts we will be studying are going to give us some advices on what to do when we face those hardships. And how do we persevere through and say, yes, I have this idea and we're going to keep going irrespective of those hardships and challenges.
And there's no better example for that than Geshe Michael. So we're very blessed to be able to study that. So that's awesome. And how do we, is there room still for people?
Oh, we have some room left. So Juan, if you could share that QR code again.
Yes.
It's going to be in the beginning of December in Kyoto. We have some space left. And as a plug for another organization, during the same time, SCIM is having an alumni reunion in the same venue. Get it? Nice. And so there's going to be programs for 3 days in the middle of this event for all the alumni of SCIM. And you're going to get, I saw the schedule the other day. It's an amazing activities on how to, what they're going to do with SCIM, what you can do as an alumnus. And Geshe is also going to be speaking there as well. So you can do that you can come for free. So the SCIM reunion is free. So if you come to that, it might be a really good idea to also check out this other event too in the same venue. So thank you all. Thank you for inviting me to this today. I really appreciate it.
Hey, Juan, who made the video at Diamond Mountain?
Actually, that was a friend of us. Her name is Ingrid. Because we were not able to be there live, I have to, make some phone calls and ask people like, hey, can you help us with that? So we arranged the whole thing and we managed because, as Peachtree World News, we try to be everywhere, even if we are not there physically, that many times we would like to, but if we can, then we have to find the right assets to infiltrate the events. You never know who's working for us, really. You may think, oh, this person, just a random person, they are undercover agents working for Peachtree World News. So we have a nice on there.
So I forgot to mention, Juan, that if you would like to come to the SCIM reunion, please contact Xuanzang. So he's reach out to him and he'll give you all the information.
We can share that when we have Xuanzang on the show next week.
That'll be amazing. Okay, and yeah, maybe just think about it. If maybe you need people who report what's happening in Kyoto or in the summit of ACIM, you can think about Peachtree World News, maybe open some spaces, maybe something, just think about it. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Awesome.
Okay.
Good job.
That's great to see you. You want to say some last things? Try to come on Monday. We're going to have more Xuanzang Towers. And remember, Tuesday we have a longer show with deep interviews, sharing content. Geshe-la will be there. And yeah, visit our website, visit our Instagram account. Soon we will have a TikTok account. We have social media. You can check what we're doing.
Yeah, so Monday for the Xuanzang Tower and Tuesday at the Peachtree Cafe. Don't miss it. Thanks for joining us. Thank you, Juan.
Okay. Oops.
Hi, can you share with us how was the retreat for you?
Hello, Sunshine. It was so cool. It was great. It was like best.
Okay, everybody. We're going to transition to our learning Tibetan class. Thank you so much, Peachtree World News, Geshe Michael, and Adam.